I've got so much that I want to talk about, and yet so little time, as the expression goes. I'll try and make this one as fast as I can. Maybe fast is the wrong word. I'll try and be efficient, okay? That's all I could say. I'll try and be efficient. Um, so I got a few different things I want to touch on. I'm going to start at the beginning. The lotto game is over, it's done. I'm sick of it. I mean, I'm not sick of it. I had fun with it. Here's where it's at. Okay, we wrapped it up. The Open Championship was our final game thing. I had a few people email and text some guesses to me. I appreciate that. Here's where it ended up. Cody has 17 lotto balls. B Money, he's got 12 lotto balls. I've got 9. Joe has 6. Coral has 6. Walker has 7. Ryan has 7. Matt came in with 6. Mike, he's got 1. That's sad. Brent, thanks for playing. You get 0. So that's awesome. That's where it's at. Um, I'm excited to see how this plays out for the draft. I think there will be some wagering. Again, you're not locked into this total. You can kind of gamble with them. What's that? Breaking news? Oh, we had a trade. Um, the details of this trade. Coral sent Tua Tugagala to Cody, who loves making trades. Everybody offered trades to Cody. I guess that's his thing. Um, Cody sends back Jeremy Chin, a third round draft pick, and 5 lotto balls. So we've got a change in our lotto ball total. Cody goes from 17 down to 12. Oral goes from 6 to 11. Oh, and things up at the top just got a lot more interesting. Uh, could see some wheeling and dealing, or just a flat out bidding war for one of those top picks. Awesome. So yeah, that's kind of fun. Um, Again, draft is on Sunday. We'll see how this all shakes out there, but I think it'll be pretty cool. So that's all I got for that one. It does look like Cody already put Tua as his contract quarterback. So friendly reminder, not that I won't say this 8 more times, but let's get those contracts lined up, firmed up, set in stone by Sunday. Yes, contracts by this Sunday. Okay, here we go. Moving on. I wanted to look at some defensive numbers. We did offense a couple videos ago. It's time to look at the defense. Now, as I've mentioned before, linebacker is what the kids would call OP. It's overpowered, man. Look at these numbers, okay? 8,000 total points for the top 40 linebackers. Linebacker 1 finished with damn near 300 total points. That's absurd. Those are quarterback numbers, right? Well, I guess Justin Jefferson put up like 290 as well. So I don't know. Those are huge numbers, is what I'm saying. Um, Take advantage of it if you can. Load up on linebacker. Well, maybe not load up. Let me explain myself. Looking at those numbers, we find that sweet spot to be 182, right? Linebackers 30 through 34 are sitting at 182. Think of 182 as like replacement level. LB 30 is a guy that you could find out on the waiver wire, right? So if you're not averaging 10 points a game from your starting linebacker, cut him. Go out and fish the waiver wire because that's going to be available out there. That's kind of how I'm viewing this 182 spot, right? So when you see that big cluster of numbers, that's kind of where you're like, maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. Um, Defensive numbers, I noticed, start to trend downwards in past years. Maybe it's just a crazy conspiracy theory. I wonder if it's not due to COVID, right? Like, guys just don't want to be all up on each other, breathing on each other like that. I don't know. It's the only thing I could think of. But each one of these positions consistently has made up more ground as time has gone on from 2020. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. That's what I got. D line. D line is the low man on the totem pole, right? 5704. for the total for. I looked at top 35. I didn't even go top 40, just because the cliff is so severe on D line. Um, of course, you got to start to maybe we're flexing a few on any given week, like league wide. So that's why I looked at the top 35 instead of the top 40 here. Max Crosby though put up a huge splash season, 258. Those are big numbers. Um, the low man Jalen Phillips put up 129, which wasn't awful. Right smack dab in the middle again, we're looking at DN 10. We're looking at D tackles 7 and 8. So that kind of lets you know that's that cliff you want to look for where it's maybe time to cut bait. If your guy isn't putting up at least, what's this, like 9.5 per week, just go out and find another one because it's just not worth it. Um, we'll move on down to DB. DB, the total considerably more than D tackle, right? We're at 65.87 over 57.04. Um, this is where it's kind of interesting, though. That middle number is down to 162. There's a huge drop off from the top. Um, Jalen Petrie, who finished as number one, didn't have nearly as many points as Max Crosby. Um, I don't know. It's kind of weird. DB is still an odd position to me. Let's just say that. Um, looking at the middle, safety 12, quarterback 6, 7, and 8. Corners and safeties are mixed right in hand, which I didn't expect. I really thought safety dominated this position. It actually seems like there's kind of a nice mix bag there, so you really don't have to pigeonhole yourself to one. Um, yeah, I don't know. Defense gives you a lot of flexibility, is kind of how I look at it. If you know that you don't have a top guy, a top five guy at any one position, I feel like it's safe to go out and fish the waiver wire. And so that's where a lot of guys like myself, last year I only went into the season with, 9 defensive players, which, or no, 9, 8, whatever. However many I needed to fill my roster is what I went into the season with because I was able to just go out and find a replacement at any given position on any given week, and we did fine. There's another thing. Look at this. Right now, 6 of the top 40 linebackers are available on the waiver wire in our league, right? 5 of the top 35 D linemen are out and available on the waiver wire right now. 15 of the top 40 DBs are available. They are out there. So these guys end up being startable on any given week. They're quality players on any given week. So just kind of helps highlight the point that, yeah, defense not as super consistent as offense, but there are big splash players any week, and there's guys that go out there and give you a really good shot on any given week. So play that waiver wire. We'll find the right defensive guys. I was going to say load up. Don't load up. Play it smart. Play it right. All right. Finally, I want to look at contracts. Namely, I want to look at my contracts because, I don't know, give you guys something to talk about. I entered the year with Jerry Judy, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Jalen Hurts. Um, I'm pretty wide receiver heavy. I don't know why. These guys, I mean, yes, they're all going to be startable. AJ Brown, great receiver, Eagles, wide receiver one. T. Higgins, kind of the Robin to Jamar Chase's Batman. He's still a wide receiver too. Jerry Judy, I had higher hopes for Jerry Judy. He showed some flashes last year. Um, I think if you project like his 17 game, take out the injuries, yada, 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 he finishes a lot better than he did. But you still have to account for injuries, which, quite frankly, is kind of scary. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, that's where I started. This year, I'm going to keep Isaiah Pacheco, running back for the Chiefs. Um, I feel like running back might be a little bit thin. I like what Pacheco offers. He came on really strong at the end of the year. And he's in the Chiefs' offense. I mean, what's not to like about that? So he's dinged up coming into this year. I put bunny rabbit ears around dinged up. It was a shoulder and a hand. No lower body injuries, no soft tissue injuries, nothing that's going to take away from his speed or cutting ability. So those are positives. I'm not concerned about those. Uh, yeah, Pacheco, I think, is a good pick here for the next few years. Jahan Dotson, another wide receiver, because I hate myself, I guess. Um, had a big year as a rookie with some touchdowns. New quarterback this year, though. Um, I like his opportunity to grow in that offense. He's got first round draft capital. He played 1 year with, or 1 game, I should say, with Sam Howell last year. Howell threw the ball to him 7 times. He threw the ball to Terry McLaurin 7 times. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to favor one guy over the other. So it gives Dotson a good chance to, at least get a fair share of the targets. Um, the Commanders' defense is pretty good. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be playing in closer games. I don't know. I'm rolling the dice. Jahan Dotson. Uh, Kayvon Thibodeau. Uh, the Giants' defense is ascending. Kayvon didn't finish the year as one of those top 10 D linemen like I talked about, but um, they're going to blitz a lot. They've got a really strong defensive front, which might take some of the pressure off him. I think he can make some really big splash plays. He had a couple games where he blew up towards the end of year last year, so I don't know, rolling the dice, taking a shot. Kyle Hamilton, DB for the Ravens. He's going to be the DB1 for like the next 10 years. So suck it. I picked him up off the waiver wire. You could have, but you were sleeping. So my gain is your loss. I'm looking at a couple compensation players. I don't know how strongly I feel about it. Um, right now, I've got Zaire Franklin and CJ Mosley. Franklin put up huge numbers last year. Shaq Leonard was hurt. He's still probably going to be hurt, so I think Franklin gets a lot of the snaps at linebacker. I don't think the Colts are going to be particularly good, so they could be, either in close games or playing from behind, which means tackles, a high tackle floor for Franklin. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. I just didn't want to give up like the guy who finished linebacker 3 last year. And then CJ Mosley, he's getting older, but kind of on the flip side of Zaire Franklin, the Jets' offense looks really, really good, which means they could be facing a lot of teams that are playing from behind, which could mean, sacks and opportunities. I don't know. We'll see. Uh, each year, or the last 2 years, I think he's put up, 130, 140 tackles. So he's a tackle machine. I don't know. I just, again, I have a hard time walking away from a guy that finished as like linebacker 8 last year. So that's what I'm thinking for contracts. Um, again, not completely sold on my compensation players. I might end up playing with that. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But just a little bit of insight as to what I'm thinking. Please have these guys set for your squad by Sunday. And that's really about it. Draft is the 6th. We're going to be doing it at Rhombus Guys Pizza, downtown Fargo. So that'll be fun. They got a little rooftop bar. Everything's gravy, baby. That's what I got. I'll talk to you later. Bye.